And one of my favorite teacher friends gifted this to me in first grade last year. Mrs. Polanco. All right. Let's see if I can get all of us in here. All of us, meaning me in the book. Gerald was a tall giraffe whose neck was long and slim, but his knees were awfully crooked and his legs were rather thin. That seems kind of normal for a giraffe, right? He was very good at standing still and munching shoots off trees. But when he tried to run around, he buckled at the knees. Oh no. Now every year in Africa, they hold the jungle dance, where every single animal turns up to skip and prance. Jungle dance, ooh. And this year, when the day arrived, poor Gerald felt so sad because when it came to dancing, he was really very bad. Aw, poor Gerald. The warthog started waltzing, and the rhinos rock and rolled. The lions danced a tango that was elegant and bold. I like the warthogs waltzing. Very fancy. The chimps all did a cha-cha with a very Latin feel, and 8 baboons teamed up for a splendid Scottish reel. Ooh, these jungle animals sure are fancy in their dancing. Gerald swallowed bravely as he walked towards the floor, but the lion saw him coming and soon began to roar. Hey, look at clumsy Gerald, the animals all sneered. Giraffes can't dance, you silly fool. Oh, Gerald, you're so weird. Aw, that's not very nice to poor Gerald. Gerald simply froze up. He was rooted to the spot. They're right, he thought. I'm useless. Oh, I feel such like a clot. So he crept off the dance floor and he started walking home. He'd never felt so sad before. So sad and so alone. Oh, poor Gerald. Then he found a little clearing and looked up at the sky. The moon can be so beautiful, he whispered with a sigh. Excuse me, coughed a cricket, who'd seen Gerald earlier on, but sometimes when you're different, you just need a different song. I wonder what that cricket means. Listen to the swaying grass and listen to the trees. To me, the sweetest music is those branches in the breeze. So imagine that the lovely moon is playing just for you. Everything makes music if you really want it to. Ooh, I like how this is a whole picture. I think that's true. I think nature can be really beautiful sounding. The wind through the trees and crickets in the nighttime. With that, the cricket smiled and he picked up his violin. And Gerald felt his body do the most amazing thing. His hooves had started shuffling, making circles on the ground. His neck was gently swaying and his tail swishing around. Is he dancing? He threw his legs out sideways and he swung them everywhere. Then he did a backward somersault and leapt up in the air. Wow. Gerald felt so wonderful. His mouth was open wide. I am dancing, yes, I am dancing. I am dancing, Gerald cried. Then one by one, each animal who had been there at the dance arrived when Gerald boogied on and watched him quite entranced. They shouted, "It's a miracle! We must be in a dream. Gerald's the best dancer that we have ever seen." How did you learn how to dance like that? Oh, please, Gerald, tell us how. But Gerald simply twirled around and finished with a bow. I'm throwing flowers at him like a show. Then he raised his head and looked up at the moon and stars above. "We all can dance," he said, "when we find music that we love." The